Hi everyone. I wanted to take a minute to look through the words their way word sort, and hopefully this can be some activities that you could use in the classroom. First off, learning objective. Let's learn about the different spelling stages and their correlation to grade levels, and let's also identify the words their way word sorts that correlate to those grade levels. Let's make a connection to the California ELD standards. Part 3 of the California ELD standard focuses in on print concepts, phonological awareness, phonics, word recognition, and fluencies. Activities associated with words their way can fall under this part of the ELD standard. When it comes to spelling stages, we have 5 different spelling stages. We have the emergent stage of spelling, letter name alphabetic stage of spelling, within word pattern stage of spelling, syllables and affixes stage of spelling, and derivational relation stage of spelling. We can correlate these stages of spelling to grade level, where, for example, a kindergarten student might start off the year at the emergent stage of spelling and work their way to the middle letter name. A first grade student might start off at the late emergent and work their way up to early within. A second grade student might start off at late letter name and work their way to late within word pattern. A third grade student could start off at the within word pattern and work their way to the early syllables and affixes. A fourth grade student can also start off at the within word pattern and work their way to the middle syllables and affixes. Lastly, fifth grade can start off at the syllables and affixes and work their way to late syllables and affixes, and or hopefully the derivational relation stage. So let's have a look at the actual word sorts. If you head over to the Hoover Drive, the Hoover Master Drive, and from there go to ELD, then spelling words their way, you can see that we have folders associated with the spelling stages. These are in alphabetical order, but these are not the orders based on grade level. An emergent, we have the emergent speller, we have the derivational relations, syllables and affixes within word patterns, and letter name alphabet. A kindergarten student may start off at the emergent stage. You could start off with Unit 1, which has assessments to determine at what stage of the emergent stage the kindergarten student is at, or you can jump straight to the word sorts in Chapter 2. So if we look at the actual unit, and this is essentially the structure for all the units, all the chapters, we start off with some notes for the teachers, teaching tips, and routines. It's short, it's usually about 1 or 2, maybe 3 pages. Then we have the instructions for the first word sort and the actual word sort. This would be the activity that you would give to the students. And then the instructions for the second word sort and the actual word sort. A first grade student could start off in the emergent stage at the beginning of the year. However, they may want to start off at the late emergent. I identified late emergent to be Chapter 4, Chapter 5, and Chapter 6. So if you're a first grade teacher, you might want to start off at Chapter 5 with late emergent and progress your students from there. A student in second grade would be at the late letter stage of spelling. So if we click on the late letter name and alphabetic folder, we can see that we have the units associated with letter name alphabetic. A second grade student would be late letter. So we can see that we have Unit 1 early letter, Unit 2 early letter, Unit 3 middle letter, Unit 4 middle letter, Unit 5 middle letter, Unit 6 late letter. So this could be where we start off our second grade class and move on from there. A grade 3 student and grade 4 could start off at the within word pattern word sorts, where we have Unit 1 early within word pattern, Unit 2 early within, Unit 3 early within, Unit 4 middle within, Unit 5, middle within, Unit 6, middle within, Unit 7, so on and so forth. So a third grade student may start off at Unit 1, whereas a fourth grade student, depending on the class, he might consider starting off at the middle within or even the late within word pattern. Lastly, for fifth grade, we might want to start fifth grade at the syllables and affixes pattern of spelling. So if you click on the on the folder, you'll see that we have the units associated with syllables and affixes. You can start with Unit 1 and work your way through the units, and with the hope of eventually getting to the derivational relation stage of spelling and the units associated with that. Well, I hope you find this useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.